EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Jaguars had a struggling 3-13 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Hey, go, go. Go, go. Son.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And Charles, his name etched in the NFL record books. Just the 2nd field goal ever made from 66 yards as he ties Justin Tucker's NFL record.
And everything had to go right for that field goal to be converted. The snap, the hold, the protection, all had to be perfect. No wind working against you, and he nails that one. Congratulations on an incredible kick.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Set.
Now it's J.C. and Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. This defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Daniels with a give to Krosky Merritt. And he stopped immediately there.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
70. 65 chance. Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Daniels. That one caught by Tonjes.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the 1st.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Commanders' 1st down.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Here we go. Count the 6. Cowboys.
Play action. Now it's Daniels. That's downfield. He's got Tonjes.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr., his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a 1st quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Commanders 7, Jaguars 3. And Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
That's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll tend to a self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Lawrence. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's second down. You talk about this Washington defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Finding ETN here, catching it on the out route. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
24.
Lawrence will throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 41-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Down to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now a first carry for the fullback. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1-1. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 8. Out of the gun, they go with Krosky Miller.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
70 Timberwolves. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Antonio Johnson. And the Jags will take over here just shy of the 30.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
11.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Fred.
They'll run. This is Bashan Tootin.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Hey, let's go. Go.
Here's Lawrence. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick
7-yard loss.
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
30 left.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Brian Thomas
With touchdown number 12 on the year.
and the Jaguars are once again back in front.
And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
To throw is Daniels. That's complete. It's the rookie from USC.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 1.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
Now Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down and just a couple.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Here we go. Go.
To the air goes Daniels. Looking for the play, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
36-yard line.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now Lawrence.
Thomas brings it in.
Down to the 10.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brian Thomas
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
Commanders 14. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in field goal range. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Now a 2nd and 6.
65, Jack. 65. Cowboy 80. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of 5.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. It's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
That will complete to Tonjes. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 24 yards.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now Daniel's going to keep it, and he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Foyesade Oluokun. And the Jags are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Red on red. 30 left. Darn, it's a touch. Sink right. I got him. Motion.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, Lion.
Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Silver.
Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Jaguars first down.
He's at 24.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You can do one of two things after a penalty. You can hang your head, or you can get mad and redouble your efforts. And I think we just saw the latter there as they stopped him for no gain.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Hey, son, it's hot.
Boys, you got this.
11. Here we go, son.
Now Lawrence to throw. He'll drop this one off with Etienne.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
All right, let's go. Go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
For the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will make make this a 9-point lead.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he could even make it to the 15. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Here's Daniels.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
14 more yards.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Throwing now is Daniels. And this one too low.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Okay, ready?
Now it's 2nd and 10.
18, Rodgers, 18, press all 80.
Off the play fake, Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
1st and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready? 77, let's go.
Up the middle, Koski Merritt.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jay Tonjes,
28 yards.
and the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Commanders 21. Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, which to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Lawrence. It's a short one. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escaped, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
All right, let's go. Hey.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Throw right side, pulled in by Hunter. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Eddie! 13, Lou. There we go.
ETN up the middle.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne,
a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Jaguars 30, Commanders 21. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Play action, now it's Daniels.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 tight. Get up. Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. That's complete to Dobbs.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
To throw is Daniels.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
18, pioneer. Mustang 19. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, right?
Now Daniels.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Hold the ready.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Buffalo 18. 3.
Daniels going to throw for it. And he is caught.
Fighting through it. He's got space.
Still going.
Touchdown, Washington.
Romeo Dobbs.
56 yards.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
Jaguars 30, Commanders 27. Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, easy, route.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
Rip.
play action. It's Lawrence.
And Thomas has it.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
At the 47-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3.
Go, let's go. Hey. Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Higgins.
And he is going to have the first down. And that might not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they should be able to run it down from here.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Okay, ready? On red. Son, it's a hunt.
A handoff for Etienne.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long.
Hey, run. Son, it's a hunt. 13, Luke.
Back to throw. Lawrence looking long for Thomas. That is intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
18 run, 18 rest, 60 by 6.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
19 tight, 19 tight. Here we go, start. Bronco 80. Go street. Ready.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. Down the right sideline. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
30 left. Hey, go. Hey, Soko, hot. 11.
Lawrence. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll have a quick first down on a nice hookup there as he'll get out of bounds to stop the clock as well.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Hey, tomato. 11. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's first down.
Hey, Lion. Go. Hey, son. Hey, kill.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Extra point splits the uprights. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
34. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return way back at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.